conditions are not much better.
Tidal flooding is the threat for some people in Hampton Roads, specifically in the Ghent section of Norfolk. And that's where we find 20 Side's Aaron Kelly. And Aaron, again, more water. Is the water rising where you are?
Oh, it is, and it's coming down harder, but I first need to show you this woman who lives across the street here. Do you see her sign? No wake zone. This is at the intersection of Grace and Memorial, and she's got to have that sign up because all of these cars that have been coming through here, well, the water is so deep that it is sending waves into her flower bed there, sending it over here towards us on the sidewalk. And I want to show you just how deep it is. I can't even step off of the curb here, otherwise it's going to topple over my boot. And we've been tracking to see how deep it has gotten since we've been here. When we first pulled up, the water was right around here, but it has crept up all the way to the bottom of our tire here on our live truck. But not to worry, we are going to be out of here soon, so we'll be out of harm's way. But if you are driving in this area of Grace and Memorial, you really need to be careful. We've seen several cars go through there that had just inches to spare. And, you know, it's really a difficult drive coming through here. And I'm going to bring in our meteorologist, Jeff Edmondson, who's going to explain this tidal flooding and what causes all of this. Jeff?
Yes, and here you go, Aaron. Have a little bit of shelter here from the rainfall. The rain has picked up a little bit over the last couple of minutes. Just looking out into this direction here, looking out over the water right now across the Hague and areas in Norfolk, we have this wind that comes in at times. You can see the trees right now, they're not moving all too much, but the wind does pick up at times, and it has. We've seen wind gusts. I monitored a wind gust right around 25 miles an hour just recently here in Norfolk, so we're starting to see the wind pick up a little bit more at times, and that's what creates this tidal flooding. That's what creates that extra fetch on the water. So we're pulling in all of this water from the Atlantic. We're pulling all this water from the northern half of the Chesapeake Bay with these northerly to northeast winds, and that causes this extra piling up of water, this rise in the tide and the higher tides that we're seeing. So we're seeing these higher surging tides. The water's come up, as you just mentioned. You saw Aaron measure that. It's been about 8 to 9 inches in the last hour and a half here. So the water's really come up right now. I do have a spare of socks at work this time, so I did plan ahead for this particular event, but the rain's coming down hard. We're going to continue to monitor this, but remember, if you see this kind of stuff, turn around, don't drown, find an alternative route. Meteorologist Jeff Edmondson in Norfolk, 10 on your side.